Introduction and early life. For decades, the British royal family has been defined by duty, tradition, and strict protocols. But in the shadow of the crown lived a woman who challenged every rule. Princess Margaret, the younger sister of Queen Elizabeth II, was the original royal rebel. Beautiful, glamorous, and fiercely independent, her life was a captivating mix of royal privilege and deep personal tragedy. Born on August 21, 1930, Margaret Rose was the youngest daughter of King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, later known as the Queen Mother. Growing up, Margaret and Elizabeth were incredibly close, but their worlds changed forever in 1936. When their uncle, King Edward VIII, abdicated the throne for love, their father became king. Suddenly, Elizabeth was the heir to the throne, and Margaret became the spare. While Elizabeth was trained for leadership and duty, Margaret was left with freedom, a freedom that would become both her escape and her cage. The forbidden love. Peter Townsend. As she grew into a young woman, Margaret became a style icon. She loved jazz, fashion, and high society. But behind the glamorous parties, a major heartbreak was brewing. In her early 20s, Margaret fell deeply in love with group captain Peter Townsend. He was a handsome war hero in her father's equerry. There was only one problem: Townsend was a divorced man with children. In the 1950s, the Church of England and the royal family strictly forbade marrying a divorced person. When the media discovered their secret romance, it caused a massive public scandal. Margaret faced a brutal choice. She could marry the love of her life, but she would have to give up her royal titles, her income, and leave the country for years. In 1955, under immense pressure from the government and the church, Margaret made a heartbreaking announcement. She chose duty over love. She released a statement saying she had decided not to marry Peter Townsend, conscious of her duty to the Commonwealth. This decision broke her heart and changed her personality forever. Marriage to Anthony Armstrong Jones. After losing Townsend, Margaret's life took a wild turn. She immersed herself in the bohemian art world of London. In 1958, she met a talented and unconventional photographer named Anthony Armstrong Jones. He was a commoner, which was highly unusual for a royal match, but he matched Margaret's artistic spirit. In 1960, they married in the first ever televised royal wedding, watched by over 300 million people worldwide. Anthony was given the title Earl of Snowdon, and together they had 2 children, David and Sarah. For a while, they were the ultimate celebrity couple, partying with musicians like the Beatles and actors like Peter Sellers. However, the marriage was highly volatile. Both had strong personalities and fiercely independent lives. By the 1970s, their relationship completely broke down due to rumors of infidelities on both sides, leading to their divorce in 1978. It was the first divorce in the senior British royal family in over a century. The mystique years and scandal. To escape the constant media scrutiny in London, Margaret spent much of her time on the private Caribbean island of Mystique. There, on her private estate, she lived away from royal protocol. However, the press followed her everywhere. In the mid-1970s, photographs emerged of Margaret on the beach with a much younger man, Roddy Llewellyn. The media attacked her fiercely, portraying her as a rebellious royal who neglected her official duties. Despite the criticism, Margaret refused to change her lifestyle, choosing to live on her own terms. Final years and legacy. In her later years, heavy smoking and a stressful life took a severe toll on Margaret's health. She suffered multiple strokes and lost much of her vision and mobility. On February 9, 2002, Princess Margaret passed away at the age of 71, just a few weeks before her mother. Princess Margaret's life was defined by the conflict between royal duty and personal freedom. She was a woman born ahead of her time, trapped in an ancient institution that wasn't ready for her modern spirit. Today, she is remembered not just as the Queen's sister, but as a trailblazer who paved the way for future generations of royals to live more authentic lives. She proved that even behind palace walls, a free spirit can never truly be tamed.